It's 2 a.m. You're sitting there, staring at a screen that's been blank for 3 hours, and you're thinking the exact same thing you thought last Tuesday. Why am I like this? You're not lazy. Lazy people don't care about getting the work done. But you're stressed. You're guilty. You're currently researching the history of the stapler on Wikipedia just to avoid one 500-word email. Today, we're going deep. We're moving past the just use a planner advice because we both know you have 3 empty planners in your drawer. We're talking about the actual psychology of why your brain is actively sabotaging your success. The biggest myth about procrastination is that it's a time management problem. It's not. It's an emotion regulation problem. Think about it. When you procrastinate, you aren't choosing fun over work. You're choosing temporary relief over chronic anxiety. The limbic system versus the prefrontal cortex. Inside your head, there's a boxing match. On one side, you have the limbic system, the primitive monkey brain part of you that wants instant gratification. It wants to feel safe and happy now. On the other side, you have the prefrontal cortex, the CEO of your brain. This part handles long-term goals and logic. When you see a daunting task, your limbic system sees a threat. Not a physical tiger, but a threat to your ego or your comfort. So it hijacks your brain and directs you to something safe, like TikTok or reorganizing your spice rack. Before we move on, I want to do a quick pulse check. Drop a comment below. What is that one task you've been putting off for more than a week? Be honest. Seeing everyone else's mountain usually makes yours feel a lot smaller. Psychologists have found that most procrastinators fall into one of 3 psychological traps. See which one sounds like you. The perfectionist, the all-or-nothing type. You're terrified that the final result won't be as good as the version in your head. If you don't start, you can't fail. Procrastination becomes a shield for your ego. The ostrich, the avoidant type. You think that if you don't look at the bill, the deadline, or the doctor's appointment, it doesn't exist. It's pure head-in-the-sand energy. The crisis maker, the adrenaline type. You claim you work better under pressure. Translation, you need the cortisol spike of a looming deadline to force your brain into gear because you haven't learned how to motivate yourself without fear. Here's the scary part, the procrastination doom loop. You delay, you feel guilty. That guilt makes the task feel even scarier. You delay more to avoid the guilt. How do we break it? It's not about hustle. It's about lowering the stakes. The 5-minute rule. Tell your brain you're only going to do the task for 5 minutes, just 5. Usually, the pain of a task is actually just the anticipation of it. Once you start, the limbic system realizes there's no tiger. Forgive yourself. This sounds like woo-woo advice, but a famous study of university students showed that those who forgave themselves for procrastinating on the first exam studied more for the second one. Self-criticism is just more stress, and stress makes you procrastinate. We need to stop saying, I am a procrastinator. When you label yourself that way, your brain treats it as a fixed personality trait. You're not a procrastinator. You're someone who currently has a habit of avoiding uncomfortable emotions. Next time you feel that itch to pick up your phone instead of working, name the emotion. Are you bored? Scared? Overwhelmed? Once you name it, it loses its power over you. If this video is making you realize that your laziness is actually just anxiety in a trench coat, hit that like button. It helps get this message to other people who are currently beating themselves up for no reason. You don't need a new app. You don't need a new desk. You just need to be a little kinder to your CEO brain and a little firmer with your monkey brain. Go do that thing you mentioned in the comments, just for 5 minutes.